Okay, hello, and welcome to the weather alert for this week. It's really just going to be a miserable week. No severe weather, but I hope you got a chance to enjoy the sunshine today for one more day. It's pleasantly cool, cooler than yesterday. There was some cirrus around. Wasn't completely clear except early in the morning. The cirrus kind of moved in, but this is what it looked like in the early afternoon. We had sunshine. I went to Canaan Lake and North Patchogue. It was actually very beautiful. I never went there before. Very nice. One day I'll take a video for you. They even have some paths, but beautiful wetlands, some pines around as well. You can see here a mix of pines again. Not a nice, really blue sky today, but still very nice. And yeah, the pines have their candles out. This is what a pine candle looks like, a pitch pine candle, and this is a weather video. This is going to become a new branch eventually. These cones here are male cones, and I kind of bumped them to show you, to take a picture of the pollen that comes off them. This is the pollen that they release. So that's all pitch pine pollen that you see there. And I breathed some in. Probably not the best thing to do, but I love pitch pines that much, so why not? But unfortunately, and again toward the evening, we had thickening cirrus clouds. Very pretty, though. Pretty looking cirrus clouds, as you see here. Very nice. And this is the sunset here at a lake in Rockville Center, or by Rockville Center. You can see, again, really pretty with those advancing cirrus clouds ahead of this low pressure area. And one more look at the cirrus as the sun was going down. Really kind of pretty, but unfortunately, here we go again. Doesn't this look familiar? Because this is similar to what we dealt with last week. Another low pressure system. And this has been bringing a lot of rain to the southeast. And, of course, it's making its way up into our area. It would be nice if it just stayed there. But, of course, that can't happen. And you see the cirrus there advancing for us. And I'll show you the MODIS satellite from today as well to show you what we got here. So, again, here's your storm. And here's the cirrus. It's just slowly moving into our area as the day went on. You can see it kind of... It was mostly sunny for at least the first part of the day, and the cirrus kind of got thicker, but it really wasn't a bad day. It just wasn't a nice deep blue sky day unless you're really early in the morning. But other than that, did have the cirrus around today, but it was a pleasantly cool day as well. So looking at the current temperatures, yeah, red flag warnings with this heat in the upper plains, which I'll shed light on in a little bit. But right now, temperatures are pleasantly cool. 61 at Islip. The dew point is now up to 55, and it only hit 70 today. So 61 and 61 at Farmingdale as well. It might even be cooler than that in some other areas here. But yeah, 59 being reported in Levittown. But of course, I have to have the air conditioner on because in my alley, well... it's still 66.
Oh, I hate this place!
Yeah. Boy, do I hate this place. And let's see. West Hampton's down at 57. 64 in the Pine Barrens west of Tom's River. Okay, they ain't that much less than my alley, but still 64 in Central Park. Even LaGuardia's cooler than my alley. It's 64. So it just goes to show you how hot it is. And in my apartment, very warm too. I've got the air conditioner. I'm gonna have to put the second air conditioner in soon as well because this you need like 20,000 BTU of cooling for this little place. Anyway, it'll show you the highs today, and you'll see highs upper 60s to around 70 degrees. Very cool. We had that easterly wind most of the day. As you worked your way into the city, it was low 70s, and as you worked your way into Jersey, upper 70s, close to 80. But along the Jersey shore, there was still a breeze. So, interesting here, downtown Toms River was only 74. But if you go into Miller Air Park and the Pine Barrens, to 81. So then you go inland. The cooling really didn't make its way that much inland. And if you were in Philadelphia, you were into the 80s today. And looking at the lows last night, yeah, it cooled down to 36. In West Hampton, 48. So 40s everywhere else, which is pretty chilly. Over 40s. I still had to have my air conditioner on because the alley only got down to like, what, 57? So, yeah, 42 at Miller Air Park for a low. 50, so here, well, Central Park, I guess. So there you go. It's like living in it's an urban hellhole. Urban hellhole, and I hate urban hellholes.
Oh, I hate this place!
That is the way I feel. So inner city hellholes. But anyway, let's talk about. Let's just show you again what the day was like at Islip. Show you how the humidity was kind of low today. Earlier on, you can see not quite as low as yesterday with 30s. So it was, luckily we didn't have any fires. But you could see the winds were mainly from the southeast throughout most of the day. And then they kind of became more southerly toward the evening, and then you could see the dew point starting to rise now into the mid-50s. But anyway, if we go across the map here, there's a big ridge in the middle of the country. That's why we've got all these heat advisories here. Oh my God, you can't even see that. That was just too dense. Let's like this a little bit better, but you have a lot of heat here. St. Cloud got up to 88. Okay, it's not terrible. North Dakota, what did they get up to? They got up to 95 and dead off. Let's see, Fargo. They got up to 94. So there's a lot of heat in North Dakota. Minot Air Force Base, mid-90s. And that heat is now going up into parts of Canada, too. Let's see, Brandon in Manitoba got up to 91. Saskatoon, 82. Okay, it's not terrible, but it hasn't made its way too far up into Canada yet, but it's starting to. The heat is starting to build. There's a big ridge, and then we got the troughs along the coast again. The same deal again. So looking at the weather map here, you see that there is heavy rain and flooding possible in the southeast. Actually, I should have put that, let me just reopen that up a little bit. I'll just show you the rainfalls that they've been dealing with here. So if we go to observations and show you the precipitation here in the southeast, and they've gotten tons of rain. So over the past 2 days, let's see what has fallen. If it would show that, would be good. It doesn't seem to want to do that. Nope, doesn't want to work. All right, we have to refresh this. Let's try this again. Let's try it again. We'll do 72 hours already, so you can see all the rain that's fallen. And some areas of Florida have been kind of dry, so they could have used it. But some of their areas have had flood warnings. You can see 3-4 inches of rain because you got a cutoff low that's stalled in this area. So, and then we've got flood watches in a lot of Virginia and North Carolina for more rain to come. So that's why I want to show you this. Obviously, you see that heavy rain. Here's our weather map. There's a high with another cold front that's kind of stalled over northern New England. Now, we're not getting into that, unfortunately. But you know what? If you can head up to northern Maine, maybe northern Vermont, or even better, Newfoundland, New Brunswick, I should say, or Nova Scotia, and you'll have dry weather and sunny weather and cool weather as well. But for us, there's going to be a high over here, but this low is going to be stuck in place because, again, we don't have a jet stream. So, again, looking at the surface analysis, you see the deal that we've got here, all right? And you see there's that front again, all right? So if we go to the excessive rain, day 1, they've got this starts to move close to the house. Day 2, day 3, it becomes a marginal risk for excessive rain. So it does look like it loses some steam as it gets close to us. But if we go look at the QPF, let's do the QPF. Day 3, days 1 through 7, and you can see it does have a lot of rain in parts of our area. So parts of our, particularly Jersey, could see more. But the further east you go, because of that high, influence of that high, less rain. So that's what it's looking like right now. I'll get to that a little bit. But at Islip today, a high of 69, a low of 49. Puts us just 1 degree above normal. The high of 69 was still 2 degrees above normal despite the east wind. It's even with an east wind we're above normal. It's just crazy how warm, how much warmer everything is getting, and it's happening so fast. It really is. So let's go look at our models, and I'm going to start with the upper air first to show you why we got the cutoff low again. We'll go to the European, and we'll look at the 12Z run just for consistency. Well, I'll use the 18Z run. It's matter. And we'll go to the jet stream. All right. So you see what we got going on here again. So the jet stream way up in Canada again, and there's a low that's kind of cut off. Very disorganized flow here again this week. So this means that it's going to be unsettled. And right through the middle of the month, it looks like it's going to be kind of unsettled. We got another trough coming in there as well. So not looking great. Not looking great. So it's going to be like this for a while. This is the 12Z run of the euro. You still see very messed up jet stream. All right. I'm not even going to show the GFS at this point because it's been so unreliable. So I'm not going to show it. There's no point showing it. I could show it, I guess, if I want, but let's get to through the euro first. There's your cutoff low right there. So that means we're going to be stuck in it, though it does seem to improve as we get a little bit toward the weekend. And then the trough comes through on Sunday. If I want to go beyond that on the 12Z run here, you'll see that there's that another low for Sunday into Monday, and then maybe we start seeing a little more of a normal ridging pattern in the east, but still no real big ridges, so it means no big heat ups, basically. No big heat ups. Temperature anomalies. Yeah, we can look at this as well. That's the actual temperature anomaly. Just to show you the heat that's building again. That's going to be building this week in North Dakota and into part of Canada. That could fuel some wildfires. And we're still going to be above normal as well, even though it won't be drastically above normal. It's still going to be above normal, I still think, until we get toward maybe it's showing some cooler weather for the end of the month, perhaps, on the European. GFS, just for fun, we'll look at it and see if it's any different. Has a little bit of a different look to it, but let's go to the 500 height anomaly and see what I mean. It pretty much has the same look as the Euro. Yeah, pretty similar, I think. So not a big difference here. So show you what's going to happen at the surface, or show you what's going to happen or what isn't happening, I should say. So it kind of explains to you. Now you know why we got the cutoff low. There's no jet stream moving along. The jet stream's way up in Canada. The jet stream's all where there's like a split off that's all wavy. So here comes the train of rain again. The train of rain for it's going to be mainly over the mid-Atlantic tomorrow, and then it starts shifting toward our area on Wednesday. But you notice it starts running to this dry air, this high, that might kind of keep the precipitation, the heaviest precipitation, from getting too far east, but it's still going to be wet. And as you get into Thursday, less in the way of shower chances here. Friday, there's still chances, though. There's still chances. Even through the weekend, you'll still see chances. All right? Even into Sunday, we still have chances. All right? And it's not until we get toward maybe next week that maybe we finally see some improvement. So this is going to be like a 5 to 7 day stretch of shower chances every single day. So, yeah, basically, because there's no dry air making its way in. This low is kind of stuck in place, and it's not going anywhere. We're going to look at the 700 to 300 humidity as well. Here is the 7. So you can see that dark green coming in there. That is some moisture there that's coming in that's going to help fuel this. And you can see we don't really get into any brown. Maybe we get into a little bit of brown, maybe later Friday night to Saturday. But you can see you still got a low over there. So 12Z. You can see maybe we see that improvement next week maybe, but it's still not great. Not great at all. So you get the idea of what we're going to be going through this week. All right. Closer look here. So you see those shower chances that we have. All right. You'll see the heaviest rain tends to stay off to the south and the west a little bit. But if we look at rainfall amounts, we'll put the total accumulated precip on here. So you see not much rain through tomorrow night. Then as we get into Wednesday, that's when we'll start seeing some more rain. Wednesday into Thursday, that's when we'll see 1 to 2 inches of rain through then at least. So through the period here, it still looks rather wet, especially to the west. We'll go to the 18Z run. Similar deal. So you can see where the heavier rain sets up. All right, so... and, of course, when we look at the dew points, you'll see those dew points are going to stay on the high side. So here's the dew points, and you'll see, again, they're rising tonight. It'll be in the dew points in the 50s. So you have plenty of moist air around. That's going to be staying around. It starts getting a little more muggy on Thursday and Friday, and then there's a shot of dry that tries to get in, but it just doesn't make it Saturday. Maybe Sunday we finally see some improvement. So not great. Temperatures, obviously, with this onshore flow, it's not going to be that warm. So Tuesday, but it still managed to be above normal, perhaps. But no 80s. No more 80s. You're not going to see any 80s. Maybe not until we get toward Friday that we might start seeing some 80s. You start seeing the heat. The Euro tends to underdo it a little bit, but it's not until we get toward Friday that we see. Here's the GFS. We'll look at this as well. GFS tends to be a little bit on the warmer side. You can see, though, when you see that kind of temperature distribution, it shows a lot of clouds and above normal temperatures. Here we are. Sunday still dealing with above normal temps. So, all right, let's go to the shorter range models. I'm kind of just waiting for them to mostly come in, and hopefully we have most of the HRRR in now, so we can show you what the HRRR has here. So we'll first start off with the dew points here. And again, showing you those rising dew points. Southwest flow becomes southeast tomorrow. And we have, again, a flow off the ocean, moist flow. So in addition to rain developing, there could also be some sucky drizzle. That's a better possibility on Wednesday when we have an easterly wind for sure. So you can see we'll definitely have some sucky drizzle probably with a setup like this that looks like a setup for sucky drizzle. Wednesday is going to be pretty miserable, I think. So going to the temperatures, obviously, with the wind flow like this, it's not going to be that warm. So you can see, not that warm. They might actually, the HRRR seems to think maybe we get 70s to the north and the east if the sun tries to come out through some of the high clouds. But temperatures don't drop as much tomorrow night, and then Wednesday is going to be chilly and wet. You can see the temperatures struggling to make it into the 60s. So that's going to be like your worst day, I think, because that's when you got the suck. That's when you're going to have the rain all the day, and even when it's not rain, you're going to have light rain and sucky drizzle to make things really miserable. So plan on being stuck inside on Wednesday. If we go beyond that, again, you kind of looked at the Europeans, so it's just more in the way of just sucky, miserable weather as we get. I can go to the icon, I guess. I kind of want to go a little further. I can look at the NAM 12. See if the 18Z NAM 12 goes any further than that. I don't think it's gonna. But we'll see. Get any more. I just want to show you a little more Thursday here. So Thursday, you can see a little more of a southeast flow. There might be more in the way of. No, not showing temperatures very warm for that day either. So good, extensive cloud cover, and there may even still be sucky drizzle around. So let's get back to the HRRR, and we'll go over the precipitation fields forecast now that we have the whole thing in. So the HRRR staying dry in the morning, but you see off to the west of the city, if you're in New Jersey, you're going to be dealing with some rain. The bad thing about New Jersey, they always wind up getting stuck in the rain before we do. I'm hoping Long Island can hang on to dry time until like early evening. I'm hoping. That's pushing our luck. Whatever rain we get won't be heavy. It really won't be heavy until we get toward later Wednesday night, and here comes some stronger shower and thunderstorm activity. Perhaps a thunderstorm, probably just showers. And you can see it rains all day Wednesday. Here we are. Still shower activity. In between those showers, it could be sucky drizzle too. So plan on it being wet all day Wednesday with a setup like that. Through Wednesday night, this doesn't show everything. Total accumulated precip. Again, some areas of Jersey could get 1 to 10, maybe even over 2 inches. Long Island still, Nassau County still gets a decent amount. Perhaps 1 to 1.5 inches. And then Suffolk County probably around an inch. And then the East End would get the least amount of rain, probably around a half inch or less, according to this particular model. So we'll go back to the precipitation here, and we will go and look at our NAM model. And again, I don't have the 0Z NAM, and we'll have to look at the 18Z NAM. The NAM's probably a little more aggressive in bringing the precipitation in tomorrow. You can see it has it raining in the city by noon, and then brings the rain in by the afternoon. Hopefully this is wrong. This could also be sucky drizzle that's showing up as well. We'll have to look at some the models that kind of forecast drizzle if we can, and then but it's Wednesday that we Tuesday night into Wednesday we get into the heavier rain here, and it could be shower, maybe a thunderstorm, but chances are just showers. It'll be downpours and sucky drizzle perhaps in between those downpours as well, depending on, again, if we get the drizzle set up or not. With an east wind, that seems to be kind of a setup for sucky drizzle, in my opinion. Looking at the NAM, again, this is through Thursday morning. A total accumulated precip. Similar look to the HRRR. It seems like it's got the heaviest rain over northeast New Jersey into maybe part of the Hudson Valley, and some maybe over Nassau County in the city, too. So it all depends on where these heavier showers pop up. That's really the question at this point. So that's what we got on this NAM model, and HDRPS, which we can also look at as well. Go ahead and look at that. This only goes to 18Z Wednesday. It doesn't really have much over the island at all. Most of the substantial rain is south and west in New York City over New Jersey. It's another reason, again, why the climate in New Jersey just tends to suck, because, again, you get closer to the warmer air and you get more of these stalled fronts. So here's tomorrow, and the HDRPS tends to keep it dry until the early evening hours. And then there's some really heavy rain offshore there that looks like it doesn't quite make it up. This only goes to 18Z Wednesday, so it's not showing the whole thing. There's your low, not going anywhere. It's just, you can see it barely moves. It's cut off. There's nothing to move it around. It's cut off. So this is the problem that we're dealing with here. And we can switch it to the Eastern U.S. view? I can't do it on this model, but I can switch it to the, let's do the HRRR. Just do the Eastern U.S. view. Just again show you this freaking cutoff low that's not going anywhere. So you can see there, it's just sit there basically. Sit there and spin. It's drifting. I'll say drifting. Maybe it's a good word to put it. But you see, there's just it's cut off again. So it's cut off low hell for this week. Let's lastly go to Ventu Sky. We'll look at a few other things here regarding the drizzle factor for we'll first go with tomorrow, which is the 13th of May, and obviously we're going to have clouds. I mean, I didn't even show you the cloud because we're going to be socked in the clouds, and maybe there'll be some breaks, but I can go back and reopen tropical tidbits, I guess. Nope, that's not the right one. Come on. Oh, I know why I won't go back. I gotta go back over here. Just for the hell of it, I'll show you the RGEM for clouds, but you're not going to see much sun. Tomorrow, you're pretty much socked in. Maybe a little sun in the morning out east. And again, if you're up in Maine, you're going to have mostly sunny skies. The cirrus will roll in on you as you get toward Wednesday, but you're still not going to be dealing with the rain. But we're not going to really see. I mean, it's trying to break things up a little bit on Thursday, but yeah, we're kind of stuck in the clouds. Just I figured, why I'll show it to you, but it's you're not going to see any sunshine for the next at least 2 days, if not 3 days, if not 4 days. So not much. So hopefully you enjoyed it the past 3 days that we had sunshine. Now we got to deal with 5 days of suck, or more than that. God forbid the high could get stuck over us instead of the cutoff low. That would be nice. We could have nice weather instead for 5 days instead of this crap. But anyway, let's go and look at the visibility. So go over here and we'll look at visibility as we head into tomorrow. Let's see what we got. So yeah, see, it shows perhaps some sucky drizzle right along the beach here at 11 a.m. Could be fog and drizzle, and kind of stays right along the beach here at 2 o'clock. Still kind of stays along the shoreline at 5, and then it starts advancing in as we get toward the evening. So that's when I think it's going to be wet. And then Wednesday, it's not really showing any drizzle on here. It's just showing the restricted visibility due to showers, but I think there could still be drizzle with that east flow. All right. Thursday, again, showing showery activity. This uses what is the model is this using? GFS? Oh, no, great. Yeah, because as we go into the longer range, the GFS does not work as well. Here's Thursday. Again, still showing the possibility of sucky drizzle. Friday, Possibly still showing some shower activity Saturday, Sunday. I mean, still. So it's not showing drizzle though. It's just showing possible shower activity. Let's go to windy.com because this is the European model, and I think this it tends to be more accurate, although it's going to be definitely a lot worse. Let's go to the visibility. All right, so no restrictions today, but as we head into tomorrow, you see it's 10 a.m. You already see some reductions here. These could be showers that are showing here. But 4 o'clock, you can see the showers coming in there. So if you're out east, you might get away with not having any shower activity until after midnight. But then you can see Wednesday, it's got drizzle and shower activity. And then here, Thursday, still dealing with that drizzle. And Friday, still dealing with it. So this is the European, absolutely awful. Saturday, still dealing with it. If it's like this, I might just get a plane ticket and get the hell out of here because I can't, or get out of here because I can't deal with this for like 5 days. And then finally by Sunday, we get rid of it. So hopefully the euro is not right because otherwise we are not, you're going to be inside for 5 days straight, at least, if not 6. Hopefully this is wrong. But again, the euro has shown itself to be more accurate. So we'll have to see what happens. Again, if you pull out, if you go up north, I guess, yeah, you can go up north maybe to, I don't see any drizzle in Vermont or Hampshire. I mean, there's some wet weather. But, yeah, if you can, and you have the resources to do so, I want to buy a plane ticket. I don't even have the real ID, so I'm not even going to be allowed on a plane anyway. But if you can, just get out of here because the weather's going to suck this whole week. That's what I got for you. So otherwise, you're going to be stuck inside and you're going to be going crazy. Or, again, you can always thank the big, wasteful vehicles that you see on the road for this. It's all contributing to climate change because this is not normal. It's not normal to have lows just get stuck like this. It's not normal. What you're seeing is not normal, but again, this is what we are dealing with. So there are the clouds. Try to enjoy whatever you can in the morning tomorrow because if you want to get exercise in, it looks like you're going to be stuck walking around the mall or in the gym for the next 5 days at least. This is going to be a test for me. If I don't crack up, I don't know. But anyway, I hate this fucking weather. I hate it. This is the worst. I'll take a whole week in 90s over this. I don't know. I hate this weather. Sorry for the language, but this is the worst kind of weather you can imagine. Anyway, have a good night.